I'd now like to turn to one of our relatively recent alums who's going to make a few remarks about what life is like after Annenberg. Our alum is Trang Do. Trang Do was born and raised in Philadelphia, where she grew up watching Peter Jennings and dreaming of becoming a broadcast journalist. She graduated in 2006 cum laude with a BA in communication and a minor in Spanish. At her time as a student, she was a research assistant to Dr. Amy Jordan, who is here. As an undergrad, Ms. Do also interned at CBS 3 KYW-TV in Philadelphia and was involved in the Asian American Journalist Association. These activities solidified her decision to pursue a career in broadcast journalism. After leaving Annenberg, she went on to the Medill School of Journalism at Northwestern University, where she earned a master's degree in broadcast journalism. And upon graduation at Medill, she received the Harrington Award, the highest honor awarded to a master's journalism student. She was also inducted into Kappa Tau Alpha, the National Honor Society in Journalism and Mass Communication. Today, Ms. Do is now a reporter for WAFF 48 News, which broadcasts from Huntsville, Alabama. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Ms. Do.
Distinguished faculty and staff, graduates, and honored guests. I'm standing here today because 4 years ago I was sitting right where you are, thrilled to be graduating, but still nervous about starting the next chapter in my life. Then I couldn't have told you that in just a few short years, I would wind up on television in Alabama. My Alabama adventure all started following graduate school at Northwestern. I was offered a bureau reporter job in a place called Sand Mountain, a place rural, northeastern Alabama. There were just a few issues though. Number one, I'd never ever been to the South and I didn't know a soul there. Number two, I didn't own a car and I didn't even have my license. Number three, I'd probably be the only Asian person on the mountain. And number four, my mother nearly fainted when I told her I was going. So needless to say, I had a lot of work to do before I ventured south. I took driving lessons, passed my driver's license test, put a down payment on a car, and my boyfriend and I, well really my boyfriend, drove 900 miles south to Guntersville, Alabama, population 7,000. And then he flew back to Philadelphia and left me there alone. The first couple of months were rough, to say the least. I can't tell you how many times my name was butchered. My favorite response was from a polite Southern lady over the phone. She said, "Your name is what, hun?" "Trang." "Trang? Well, that's, interesting." And there were plenty of work challenges also. My photographer and I didn't have a physical office out there in the bureau. Instead, we worked out of a beat-up news van down by the river, the Tennessee River. And sure, it was beautiful to have the Tennessee River as your office, but it wasn't so great on those days when it was 6 degrees below zero and the heater decided it didn't want to work, or on the flip side when it was 102 degrees and you had sweat dripping down your leg and mosquitoes attacking you during your live shot. Rain or shine, snowstorm or tornado, we worked out of that beat-up van. And we were there so often that the city of Guntersville put out a porta-john by the river just for us. But I worked hard and I didn't complain, and in less than a year I was promoted to the main station in Huntsville. But I will never forget how I paid my dues and roughed it out there until my hard work was recognized. It's something that has served me well my whole life, from getting me into Penn to getting me through Penn and on to graduate school. And I have to say, though I love my job, for a time I was really embarrassed by it. When I would talk to my Penn friends over the phone and we would catch up, they would tell me all about the glamorous dinner parties in New York and how they ran into so many people we went to school with on a daily basis. I think I would have fainted if I ran into anyone in Guntersville. And on Sand Mountain, Catfish Cabin is as fancy as it gets. I wouldn't dare tell my friends how my photographer and I drove from county to county in that beat-up van, shoveling McDonald's or anything else we can get quickly down our throats in between stories. But it took those same friends to put things in perspective for me. They told me, sure, I wasn't living the New York life with everyone else. But at 23 years old, I had a career that I'd wanted since I was a little girl. And now I'm proud to tell you that I finally have an office that isn't a vehicle, and my boss even threw in a desk to sweeten the deal. I don't want to scare any aspiring journalists away, but being a journalist is all about passion. It's not about money. Trust me, if you saw my bank account, that would be abundantly clear. And you have to work long hours, overnights, weekends, holidays, you name it. And I can't tell you how many weddings, birthday parties, dance recitals, bridal showers I've missed because of my job. But if you're passionate about something, it doesn't feel like work. And I can honestly say, most days it doesn't feel like work. I often think about how my life would have turned out had I not moved to Alabama. I might have taken that behind-the-scenes job at CNN in Atlanta, but would I be happy and fulfilled in my career? Or who knows, I could have gotten an offer from a smaller or even larger station. Or I might have just stayed here in Philadelphia, surrounded by the comforts of my family and friends. But now I can say, leaping out of my comfort zone and moving to Alabama was one of the best things that I've ever done for myself. And I've learned that everyone must forge their own path. I want to leave you with this. A Penn education is truly a gift, one you all should feel very lucky to have received. I'm one of 7 children of Vietnamese immigrants who came to this country to escape communism. A product of the Philadelphia public school system who grew up in one of the most crime-ridden areas of the city. I could have never, ever imagined being able to receive an Ivy League education. It was hard work and perseverance that got me to Penn, and those same things have helped me now. So finally, I'll say, work hard, find your passion, and follow your dreams wherever they may take you, even if it's Alabama. Thank you, and congratulations.